This is Keukenhof, the garden of Europe, but it is more than flowers. It is proof of something ancient and unbreakable in the European soul. Our relentless search for beauty, our mastery in imposing order on the wilds, and our refusal to let nature remain untamed chaos.
Good morning, or good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. How are you? I am in South Holland right now, which is south of Amsterdam, and I am in Keukenhof, in a place known for its tulips, its flowers, a favourite place of Instagrammers and TikTokers. Here is the Keukenhof Windmill, beautiful windmill. Is it worth visiting? That's the question many of you might be asking. I'm not the sort of typical demographics that would normally find an appeal from this. However, I want to present to you things that you might want to be doing when you come here. For example, you might be a TikToker and you might want to get your selfie next to the fields of tulips. You might be an Instagrammer and you might want to do the same. You might be retirement and you might want a leisurely now cruise. You might want all of the above. You might want to get your picture taken in a clog. You might want to get your wedding photographs done. It's a very popular thing for Chinese tourists to come over here and have their wedding photographs done. But let's have a look around, let's see what we see. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I may as well show you Keukenhof. So join me for that little adventure.
Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we walk together through a living poem, one written by our ancestors, petal by petal. And I ask you to feel it deeply, because if we forget why this matters, it may slip away forever. The story of this place stretches back centuries. In the 15th century, Countess Jacoba van Beieren, or Jacqueline of Bavaria to us Anglophiles, used these dunes as her kookendon, her kitchen dunes, hunting grounds, and sources of herbs, fruit, and game to supply the kitchen of nearby Tellingen Castle. Simple, honest subsistence from the earth. A century later, in 1641, the wealthy Dutch East India Company captain named Adrian Mertensblock built the grand manor house here, the Keukenhof Castle, that still stands today. The estate grew vast, with over 200 hectares. In 1857, the Baron and Baroness van Pallandt hired the renowned landscape architects of Jan David Zocher and his son Louis Paul, the same masters behind Amsterdam's beloved Vondelpark, to redesign the gardens in their dreamy English romantic style. Winding paths, hidden vistas, nature shaped with gentle order. That layout still forms the beautiful bones of Keukenhof. But what about the tulips? Well, their journey to these lands began far earlier. In the late 16th century, through trade and botanical curiosity that Europeans have in the bucket loads, bulbs arrived from the Ottoman gardens, first to Vienna and then to Leiden, where Carolus Clusius planted them in 1593. The Dutch embraced them only the way the Dutch can, with total genius, breeding them, cultivating them, turning an exotic stranger into a national emblem, effectively taming this eastern flower. Now, for those of you familiar with the .com bubbles of pets.com and the crypto bubbles of every meme coin under the sun, there was a bubble long before this, and it was called Tulip Mania. Tulip Mania happened in the 17th century in the Dutch Golden Age, a wild frenzy where rare bulbs sold for fortunes before the crash of 1637.
Welcome to the Tulip Mania of 1637. These bulbs are worth more than gold. Tulip Mania is going crazy.
500 guilders for this bulb, I'll pay 600.
No, 700 tuppence.
800 guilders.
900 sold.
A total moment of excess, but from that was born a deep passion for beauty and our skill at mastering nature through order. And this is where we are now. Look at every single one of these beautiful flowers. Each bulb has been placed by hard-working Dutch hands. This is Europe taming the wild, and this is one of the reasons why Europe is so beautiful.
Keukenhof has been going since 1949 as a tourist resort or a tourist place. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and every year more and more Instagrammers, TikTokers and even YouTubers make an appearance at this place. Why do they make an appearance? It's so they can do their selfies next to the tulips, take their beautiful photos, and for the horticulturalists it's an opportunity to just have a look at the variety of flowers on offer. There is a significant number of flowers that you probably have never seen in your life, or maybe I just haven't been paying attention. There's tulips from all over the world here, or maybe all over the Netherlands. I have never seen so many types of tulips before. So if tulips are your thing and you're in the Netherlands between March and early May, that's when this place is open. It's not open the rest of the year, but what you'll notice is everyone is with their selfie sticks, everyone is taking pictures of themselves. There's places to have drinks, there's places to have food. On a beautiful day, sky is almost blue. Why not? I had to touch these things just to check to see if they were real. They look almost plastic. I'm almost used to seeing so many plastic flowers in and around London and places like that, that you look at these things and you think, are they real? These are real. All of these things are real. Marvelous, well presented. Orchids, tulips, flowers of all kinds. I mean, there's something for everything here. This is obviously the indoor plants, but look at this. Oh, wow.
Now, as an Englishman, I often refer back to Tolkien. Tolkien, I could imagine, would like walking here because it would remind him of the Shire. Neat gardens, loving labour, beauty born of care against encroaching shadow. Yeats would feel the ache, how all that's beautiful drifts away like waters if we cease to guard it. They knew fragility. Orwell, a true honest Englishman, would see the stubborn pride of these gardens, because he was a man who defended the small, enduring things. The ordered rose, the village green, against those who sneer at our heritage. In the Golden Age, poets like Jacob Cats would praise this too. He stated frequently that gardening was an honest toil under God's sky. These flowers are as quiet as miracles earned through discipline and toil. And this is what I find truly remarkable about places like this. Millions and millions of flowers in bloom, each one a small effort of the Dutch over hundreds and hundreds of years. European hands shaping the earth that we walk upon and that we love and that we feel is our own because we are Europeans. You can feel it in your chest, this ordered beauty, this triumph over the wildness, this gift that Europeans and predominantly the Dutch have given to the world. And that is exactly why Europeans should never let this go. We should never apologize for our past, never dilute our traditions, even if you look upon these traditions as something grandma might like. These traditions are important nonetheless. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but they are traditions that make the soul of what it is to be European.
Strange. Normally I'm a real non-believer of gift shops. Normally you enter a museum or a gallery and there's always the case we exit through the gift shop. This is one of the many shops in the place and it's kind of something I would actually want to buy. I'm not suggesting filling your house full of flowers all the time, but when you can't really go wrong, when you have some cacti, you have some orchids in your house, you have some nice plants, it's a gift shop that I recommend. This is what you normally see when you're strolling the streets of Amsterdam. We're not in Amsterdam obviously at the moment, but wooden tulips, very common thing. People buy these. So the general theme is you walk around, you look at all of the different labels of the plants. This one being Tulip Mania. They smell amazing. Really, even with my bad sense of smell since I lost it during COVID, I can smell these. They're quite phenomenal. So it's a real nice smell. You can probably hear the birds in the background. The general theme is you're basically forever dodging out of people's way as they're taking photos of each other. A lot of photos being taken, but at the same time, despite this place receiving 1.5 million visitors a year, and like I say, this is only really open for 6 to 7 weeks, it doesn't feel that crowded. Obviously you get the bits at the entrance and probably the bits near the windmill, which get a little bit crowded. But generally, walking around the gardens, it feels kind of quiet. You've got the sound of the birds. You get the odd person as they're having their little TikTok things, but in a way I'm no different because I'm talking to you on camera, with the camera in the air, looking at you. In a way, no different to the person doing the selfie, no different to the person having the picture taken. Perfect picture with the family. Grandma's going to love this place, I tell you that now. So if you've still got a grandma or an auntie, this is a place you could bring her, or treat her. Maybe your sister, maybe your mother, maybe your wife, maybe your girlfriend. You know, they go wild for this sort of stuff, don't they? All these colours on display. I've noticed the general makeup of the guests. The guys are generally with their wives or girlfriends. Well, there's lots of ladies here who enjoy the horticultural tulips. Look at these. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful. A flower for every occasion. They're also labelled. So if you've got like a smartphone, have a look at this. You can scan the QR code. I don't know if you can do that on the screen right now. Find out a bit of information on these things. I'm going to go into this greenhouse that's been named after me, so I figured it's only right I go in. See, I'm not wrong. William Alexander being my name, Pavilion. Sometimes nature needs a hand in the cold, the wet Netherlands. Keukenhof helps out at the William Alexander Pavilion, which is home to all kinds of tulip varieties during the season. Some of these spent the winter extra warm, which means they will flower sooner. As soon as the tulips have stopped blooming, the pavilion becomes home to many other species of flowers. This means there's always plenty to see at the William Alexander Pavilion. As I walk amongst the people taking their selfies and their pictures with all the beautiful, beautiful scenery, as you can see, it is rather beautiful. Probably thinking, well, how do I visit this place? Well, like I say, it's open from March until May every single year. Unless there's a disaster in Europe, it's going to continue being open every single year. Multiple ways you could get here. You could obviously drive. If you do drive, there's obviously parking fees, higher parking fees for camper vans, lower parking fees for cars, but it adds up. You can get your tickets via a tour operator. Link in the description for some of the recommended tour operators that do packages, sometimes cheaper than actually buying direct from Keukenhof. You can get a bus directly from Amsterdam, multiple buses from Schiphol, centre of Amsterdam. They'll take you here, and it's one way of just doing it. There's links in the description, and also there will be a blog article on this, so you can check out the details there. Use those links. Yeates is a good one to be using, or you could do it via whatever tour company you go with. Many tour companies come through Amsterdam, and I know many people are on cruises, road trips with their tour companies, and they might just say, let's go check out Keukenhof. Definitely one of the more popular photo stops with all the blossom above us. This whole area is people are getting their little Instagram photos, their little TikTokers. Very popular spots, but you can't really blame them, really, can you? They're having fun. This is rather amusing. So you've got people going both ways, rather than going in one direction. They're jumping from these little wooden platforms. It's maybe to get the good photos, but it basically means people are having to meet each other coming on. And some of the pads are a little bit small, so there's a bit of congestion over here on the water. But you know, dynamics of human behaviour. There you go, standing on the water. The best way to describe it, if you were thinking about Efteling in the Netherlands without the rides, or if you're thinking about Universal Studios without the rides and just the pretty gardens, Regent's Park combined with a garden centre that has access to ice creams, coffees, places to eat, there's places to have beer, a bit of everything, and you can buy bulbs just at every other block or so. So if you want to buy some amazing flowers like this, you can buy them. It's like the ultimate garden centre in a way. It's basically a theme park with flowers, an opportunity to have the flits with mayonnaise. Can't go wrong with a bit of fritz and mayonnaise. But I had three hands a bit out. I've got one hand holding the camera and one hand holding this.
On a less cynical note, places like this are traditions that make the soul of what it is to be European. Pretending every way is equal when ours has brought such wonders is incredibly ignorant. If we allow chaos to replace order, indifference to replace reverence, then one spring you might rock up here and the tulips may still rise, but without that European spirit that planted them. Now, just like Disneyland or Disney World, the fields may one day still contain flowers, but they will be empty of meaning. The windmills probably will, still in hundreds of years, still turn for tourists, but will they ever really know the true soul of how they got here? And if we allow Europe to go down the dark path that it is going now, cathedrals of beauty and colour will become mere postcards, and that European soul, the one that tamed nature into paradise, that prized beauty above chaos, will fade. Do we as a people really want to surrender this legacy of creating beauty from order, from discipline, from the love of our lands and our story? Do we want to give this up to those who do not cherish it, who see only what can be taken or remade? No, we cannot. We must not. Yes, Keukenhof endures year after year, proof our fire still burns, and we can walk these paths in the imagination of those that came before us, breathe the ordered air as it stirs something primal, pride in what we are, resolve to hold fast. But as we wander these ancient European lands that have been tamed by great Europeans that came before us, we are reminded of who we are and how fragile this land is and how quickly it can be taken. Anyway, probably not everyone feels this as they're walking the paths of Keukenhof, but I'm constantly reminded that what we have today is so easily lost when I travel across Europe and see how much of European culture and heritage is being lost to those that truly do not understand us. Obviously, if you'd like to visit Keukenhof, there's a link in the description, there's a link in the comment below. I do recommend it. It's not just for grandma, it's not just for TikTokers. It is worthy, it is a beautiful day out. It does really give an insight into the ingenuity and the work conscientious nature of our Dutch brothers and sisters.